Welcome to the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff. Me, Ryan McGuffey, here in the Recap Studios. Sorry for the delay. I know. That's why I scheduled it for 12:40 today. Got the aviators on. Not going to need those again because of the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's the Recap Lunch Hour. You guys know the drill. It's all brought to you by our fine partners at Hooters. OriginalHooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations near you. Had a plumbing issue. This is a true story. Racing up to the Recap Studios. Trying to get here by 12:30. I was like, this is not going to happen. Thankfully, my guy, Greg, I'm giving him a shout out. My guy, Greg, when you have a guy that can do certain things that you know you're not capable of, there is no better feeling in the world than to have a guy. And there's no cost that you aren't willing to pay to make it happen. So shout out to my guy, Greg, in a pinch. Comes through in the clutch, takes care of the Guffs, and we're back and we're off and running. And the panic is all over the place with the Cubs. And I get it. I'm here for you. Let's go. The chat, no surprise. The chat is full. And here's what the question was that I put out there today. Can the Cubs afford to wait another month? Can the Cubs afford to wait another month before making a move? Eli, appreciate you watching as always, my fine friend. I hope you're feeling a little better these days. I know the front part of the week wasn't always great. Pablo, please don't apologize. I always appreciate the free, great content this channel offers. I offer it because, Pablo, you guys are here. And what I love about it is that the community is so strong that you guys can talk. Get your feelings out there before I even show up. Landon says it's okay, you're late, Guff. I already acknowledged Clyde for you. Oh, poor Clyde. Happy birthday to Aramis Ramirez. Becky, thanks. Good, always good to point that stuff out. Is the Bulls going to make a move today? Or whereas AK doesn't want to do anything because he's lazy? I don't know about lazy, but will the Bulls make a move? I don't expect anything crazy to happen tonight, but we will be there for you. If something crazy happens, the Bulls make a trade. They draft, they move way up, and they trade a player. Joe Colley will be here for you with a podcast. Likely podcast tomorrow, recapping all of the draft, winners, losers, etc. But we're here for you in case something happens. We had issues last night with our uploads. It was a mess. Couldn't get the recap out fast enough. The Cubs fans, the Ravens were circling. It's Ricketts, folks. Should have built the staff in December. I remember him crying at the meetings. Erica, you and Cap should get a reward for watching the Bulls draft or lack of draft involvement. I understand, Erica. Jess, looking forward to tonight. Getting some blueberry lemonade and wait. Jess, are you going to be there? Please let me know. If you're there, Jess, I feel like we go way back. You're an OG. So if you're there tonight, make sure. By the way, speaking of what's it's like, oh, what's Jess talking about? Oh, well, if you don't know already at this point, let me clarify for you, because if you're around tonight and you're looking for something to do or somewhere cool to hang, come hang with us. Cap and I are doing a live stream at Hooters O'Hare tonight. 6:30. We're doing a live stream. We'll talk Cubs. We're going to talk it through the first inning of the Cubs. We will stay for the start of the NBA draft, which is at 7 o'clock. The Bulls pick 12. We'll stay through the pick. We'll meet. We'll mingle. We'll eat. We'll drink together. The recap live on location will be at Hooters O'Hare tonight. Make your plans to be with us. I know a lot of you have already. Call the restaurant. Tell them you're part of the recap live stream. They're expecting you. We can't wait to be with you guys later tonight. Jess, you and your husband will be there. That's awesome. I appreciate you. The real Phil Simms will be there. I knew that. The dead will walk the earth. Woo! I want to see Cap Meltdown in person. Are you coming? I guess you have to come up to me. Hi, I'm dead. I'll walk the earth. By the way, good afternoon to you too, Erica. Wayne, Guff, prepare yourself. Cubby fans are not happy. They need it. Could be worse. You could be a Sox fan like us, Wayne. Like us, okay? I understand people are pissed. I get it. My guy, Chef Paul, has basketball and baseball with the grandkids, but I would be with, wow, a stunner. It was like plus 240 that Chef Paul would not be at Hooters. Probably actually like plus 540. Godfather, I can't show up. I'm too negative. Truthful, but negative. I'll take negativity. It's totally fine. That Hooters O'Hare is haunted. Oh, okay, I'm here for it. The dead will walk the earth. Oh, man, you have to work. Yeah, Becky says you could be a Rockies fan. Kyle, glad to see the fan who heckled Ketel Marte last night. No need for that in any situation. Proper action taken by the White Sox. Glad you brought that up, Kyle. So, horrific, absolutely horrific that a fan would heckle Marte about his deceased mother who passed away in 2017 in a car accident. He was visibly sobbing on the field. Here's what happened today. The updated story for those of you who don't know. That fan has been banned. And I think he's been banned for life. Let me make sure if that's true. That fan is no longer with us. And I love it. Major League Baseball has banned the fan, 22 years old, banned from all MLB ballparks indefinitely. You know what? I hope you never get to go to another game, you jackass. And I hope something bad never happens to you because you know what? I just don't understand it. You're invincible at 22 and you're going to go out there and heckle a Major League Baseball player about a deceased parent? You sick, you know what? It's insane. Good job by Major League Baseball. He's gone. The White Sox, from what I'm told, and that game starts at 1 o'clock, the White Sox are going to honor Marte. They're going to apologize. And I think the fans are going to, I have a feeling the fans will give him a standing ovation today, as they should, because one fan can sour an entire fan base, and it pisses me off because there's a lot of really good people and a lot of really good fans, not just in Chicago, across the country, who don't deserve this type of crap. When fans think they're bigger than the game, see ya, man. It's 2025. You can't do that crap anymore. And Mike, quite frankly, I wouldn't allow your ass in a high school game. You got to look in the mirror, dude. Sorry I'm going off on this, folks, but it drives me insane. These people just think that they can walk in there and there's no accountability and they're just invincible. See you later. And the White Sox are going to honor him today as they should. That was insane. Godfather, people can be real dopes. Robert, me too. He shouldn't be allowed in any stadium. Godfather says, Jimmy says, I'm too negative too, but the ticket treat profit is king. Hey, at least we have 2016 baseball toss. I hope he gets kicked out of his college or something. Yeah, if he's still in college. Glad that fan is gone, says Jess. What's wrong with him? Kudos to Reindorf and the White Sox for honoring his mother today. I think it's amazing. That fan was completely uncalled for. They should be banned. They are. He knew he wouldn't like it if it happened to him. You know what, Phil? I'm not rooting for that to happen to him, but I'll tell you this. Careful what you wish for. I mean, that's the kind of crap that comes back. Hoping the Bulls don't stretch tonight in the draft, but then again, it's AK and not a decent track record with picking. Hope they pass on the rising French kid, but I'm thinking they'll take him. I hope that, I keep saying it, I hope that they find a player like Mattis, get lucky, and then develop him, and maybe they just, because at 12, you're a lottery ticket. I mean, you're at the end of the lottery, and you're hoping that you get a player that can be a dude. Keep waiting for the trade deadline, Mr. Ricketts, while the season goes down the toilet. Swayze, no accountability, no self-reflection, just pathetic, talking about the fan. Eric Guff, listen, there's a lot of baseball left this season. Cubs are still in first place. They need to get their pitching situation fixed ASAP, plain and simple. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Bizarro, sadly, heckling happens everywhere, even here spelling Clyde. Can we just appreciate people? Yeah, Bizarro, I think probably maybe we lay off even our guy Clyde. But yeah, Clyde, to Bizarro's point, this place is, I come out of this show full of love. I love this show. I love the people who watch it, and I love the community we have here every day. So if you're going to come in here and stir the pot, like we had that happen that one day. Remember that fan came in here and dropped a bomb, and then I blasted his ass, and we haven't seen him since? That's what'll happen. You can say whatever you want, but don't expect people to walk through life and not hold you accountable for it. Those days are done. It's not the 80s and 90s anymore. Hi, Paul. Welcome to the chat. I think most rational people would understand that the Cubs are not a 97 to 100 win team like in April and May. They will be 85 to 90 in a wild card. Wow. I have the Cubs at, I think I said 94 the other day. Okay. 93 feels really good to me. I do not think they're a wild card team. I think they're a division champion team. I think that they are more likely and more capable to add a bigger addition at the deadline than the Cardinals and Brewers, who do not have the budgets. I mean, the Cardinals thought they'd be cutting. They're adding. Wayne, I watched the Sox, and to me, most of the team is looking to hit the ball in Lake Michigan instead of just driving the ball to the opposite field is what it seems to me. Their lineup is just full of you look at the lineup, Wayne. I'm going to look at the lineup today. Yes, there's tangible pieces now that we can go, okay, we have him, we have him, we have him, we have Mydroth, we have Teal, we have Caro. But then you got a bunch of veterans placeholders. Mike Talkman, Andrew Benintendi, Vargas is part of the future. Robert, forget about him. Robert's hitting 185 on June 25th. Lenine Sosa, Josh Rojas, Michael A. Taylor. Those guys, I don't really worry about what they look like as hitters, to be honest with you, because they're not going to be here. I just hope Jed is making nonstop calls for pitching help. Something tells me he is, but nobody is necessarily selling yet. And that's the problem, is that there's a lot of teams who still think, I keep bringing up the Angels. Well, the Angels have they're on the brink or on the cusp of sweeping the Red Sox, who've lost 4 in a row. And now the Angels are 39-40, but their run differential is the fourth worst in the American League. It doesn't make sense. They have a better record than the Texas Rangers, who I think should be sellers too. Eli's going to have money to spend next year. He kind of weakly addressed this yesterday about having when's the right time to go after. I think 27. I don't think that they're going to spend on a big player next year. I don't. With the uncertainty of the labor issue in 2027, I don't think you're going to see big spending coming from a lot of teams, but I don't think the White Sox feel like they're 1 year away. Robert Smith, I expect this in places like New York or Philadelphia, but not Chicago, talking about the fan. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised to go on X here and see the fans and see how the White Sox are handling this. I'm looking forward to seeing it because Marte deserves to be honored today. Slack, looking forward to Joe's next podcast after the draft is over. Sorry I can't be there tonight, but we'll definitely meet you in Cap one day. Looking forward to it, Kyle. Starting to like that kid, Bryant from Arizona. Upside is bonkers. Bullshit definitely shake the trees. I'm all about guys with a high ceiling at 12. To me, nothing to lose, everything to gain. Don't be vanilla. How about that? Don't be vanilla at 12. Welcome from Pablo to Paul. Great to have you here. Jimmy, a wild card lotto ticket was always the plan with the Bulls. It's called The June Swoon, starring Tom Ricketts. The Cubs are just a game under in June. Okay. I'm not sure it's panic time yet. I did put that in the description of the show today that the panic button's close. You get swept by the Cardinals? Okay, then I'll probably buy. Lip, as a Sox fan, I wish we were in the situation where we could panic after a couple losses in June. Amen, Lip. Are you kidding me? I would love to feel nervous about a baseball team again. Jimmy, would the extra few home games bring enough profit to pay for trade deadline acquisitions? Are you talking about the ones in Japan? No, that's not. I'm still going to say the Cubs make a big move. Big moves, not small additions. Phil, is it confirmed about the Cubs getting the 27 All-Star game? Not confirmed yet. Probably will be confirmed around the time of the All-Star game. MLB likes to control the message. So I know my guy Bruce Levine reported it. I think it's true. Bruce wouldn't put that out there. But MLB likes to break those big announcements at big marquee events. I think the hitters are starting to get mental fatigue from having to score 15 runs to win. Getting an ace or two would give them a jolt. You know what, Swayze, to your point, I think you're right. Last night PCA lays the bunt down, first and third, 1 out, and it's kind of like, what the hell's going on? He did it on his own, as he said after the game. He just did a terrible job of executing it. And I think that could be a sign of a guy that's trying to do too much in the moment. Here's a guy that's among the league leaders in every category pretty much this year as an offensive player. He's laying a bunt down because I think he feels the need, like they got to get the one run in. They got to get the one when he's capable of putting one over the fence. I'm a little with you on this, Swayze. Like, there's so much every day that the offense has to score. I think the team could use a little bit of a jolt from the front office. So you could see them go, okay, they believe in us. We believe in them now too. Let's back it up. Angels have a great young starter. Christian Moore, I would like to see if the Angels want Robert Jr. in cash. I can't imagine that the Angels want to take on. By the way, You need to find an ignorant team at the deadline who actually does think. Like, should we start rooting for the Angels? Let them add Luis Robert Jr. Oh, that's, you know what, Lip, I was going to poo-poo this, but let a team like the Angels feel like they're going after something. Have whatever you want. That would be great. Ideal pitching target was always Chris Sale for me. I will sit here and say I'm locked in on the Texas Rangers. Nathan Eovaldi is my number one for the Cubs right now, with Jacob deGrom 1A. Eovaldi has 2 more years left. There's $95 million, I think, attached to deGrom. He's got a no-trade clause. Eovaldi is 9. The teams are 9-1 in postseason appearances that he's pitched in. He's been a dude. That's who that would be, to me, I'd rather spin the tires on him even than Alcantara, in my opinion. Even though Alcantara's won the Cy Young a couple years ago, he's pitched much better in June. That's where I would live. Just wish we could find out why Counsell won't switch the batting order. Not sure if Dansby at 5th is the best placement. He was at 4th the night before. I think they're trying to get him going by putting him in the middle of the order, but he has not taken off. I don't know what's going on with Dansby Swanson, but it has not been very good. Dansby Swanson this year has just been very mediocre. He's got the power, but 230. What's he hit? 230 for Dansby Swanson. You know what's funny? He's such a good defensive player that his WAR is a 2.2 right now, but an on-base percentage of 288, 237, 14 bombs. He's well on pace for a big year offensively. 10 doubles, a triple. It's funny. He's been kind of all or nothing. And when he's nothing, he's not going well at all. And I'm pulling up his splits right now, looking at, he was really good in May. Then you go to June, and he's been every other game. You know what's funny? Yeah, here's what he is in June. 221, a 621 OPS. 17 for 77. That's not going to cut it. Dustin will be with us in spirit tonight. We'll be at the draft in person tonight. And doing the NHL Draft Friday. On a side note, the Cubs signed Tri-City Valley Cats catcher. I can't even say that guy's name. Usesh, and placed him in South Bend. 24-year-old high bat to ball skills. Guys with upside. Josh, I bought another panic button after I broke the first one. Not hitting it yet, but I'm looking at it. I love when Josh looks at the panic button. Cubs did lose 3 in a row against the Cardinals around this time in 2016. We all know how that turned out. Not saying they're winning at all, but every team, as we said yesterday, does go through struggles like this. 100%. Really well said right there. You know what we're doing tonight, guys? We're going to Hooters, originalhooters.com. They have tender tacos. I'm probably going to get the tender tacos tonight. I'm not going to lie. You got the buffalo shrimp with fries. A lot of great summer meal deals right now at Hooters, originalhooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations tonight. We hope you visit Hooters O'Hare tonight, because Cap and I will be there. We'll have a live show at 6:30. We'll watch the NBA draft with you. We'll watch the Cubs with you. The Sox are getting ready to go here at the top of the 1 o'clock hour. Please come out. Have a blueberry lemonade. Jess is going to have one. A blueberry lemonade tonight with that blueberry puree. They're on special as the drink of the month for 5 more days. $8. Then they have the $6 cocktails. We have the Big Daddy mugs with the Michelob Ultra. You got to make sure it's summer. You got to look out for your bod. The Mango Cart. The summer ale from Sam Adams. The Big Kona Wave. Guys, it's all there. They have lunch specials every day from 11 to 3. The burgers, it's cheap. It's good. You can get the OG wings, the boneless wings. It's all there. And we hope to see you guys tonight, because we're going to have a ton of fun when we get out there at Hooters O'Hare. Josh said, Cap said on the recap last night, this was a winnable game, but the small mistakes. PCA thinking it was third out, his bunt, et cetera. Winnable game, but pathetic. Yeah, there was a lot in that yesterday that was pathetic, and it didn't really work out. Since they're going to Houston, do you think they'll check in on Framber Valdez? Why wouldn't you? Although the Astros are in first place, and I don't understand why they would trade Framber Valdez. I do know he's a free agent next year. That's why I want the Cubs to do something unexpected. That's why I don't want to hear the Cubs in rumors. I want the Cubs to work under the radar. Let all of us sit there and go, Chad, you need to make a move. Tommy Nichols, all this stuff. And then when you get the press release, bam, Cubs have traded for X, Y, and Z. And everyone's like, what? I didn't even know that player was going to be traded. I didn't even know the Cubs were interested in that guy. That, to me, that's when a team is doing it right. Lip, that's what I'm saying, Guff. T.A. Moncada Robert must make sense on that dumpster fire organization. That's what, Lip, I like this. Go Angels. Let's go. Godfather Ricketts has been under the luxury tax so long he loves that feeling. Hoyer has no chance to land a top pitcher. Kyle, looks like a trade for J.J. Paterka with the Blackhawks may be off the table with the salary cap rising. Hope a deal can be made, but it won't come cheap. Kyle, you asked that question last week to Pat Boyle here on the show. And, unfortunately, a lot of things need to happen for something like that to happen, and it just isn't working out. Daniel Palencia, the other Daniel Palencia in the chat, seems like his strikeout rate is pretty high. Matt, welcome to the chat. Look at all the newbies. I love it. If Shaw doesn't figure it out by the deadline, is Eugenio Suarez in play? That's one of those ones that worries me. It's like, can the Cubs killer be good enough and kill for you? I don't know. He hits a lot of home runs, though. The other thing, and I didn't see this before the game, Suarez is not in the lineup today against the White Sox. So he's been out of the lineup the last 2 days. Zach Gallen on the mound today. He's not on the IL, Suarez. But keep an eye. He got hit by a pitch in the first inning the other day. Swanson has batted better lower in the order. I get the move up to get him back on track, but they need people in the lineup that can drive in runs right now, not into double plays. Josh, the Ben Brown plague has affected the bullpen. I'm scared now. But even the bullpen was pitching so well. At some point, everybody's like, I need a breather. At some point, give Chris Flexen a chance of starting. Yeah, now I think you have to stretch him back out. That's my only concern with Flexen, Erica. Sam, what's up, Guff? Brooks Baldwin absolutely raking in the minors. Yeah, they don't have a lot of guys with a lot of options. I expect Brooks Baldwin to be here very soon. And once I think he's here, I feel like he'll be here for the long haul. Daniel, someone told me, Ben Brown is just a rookie. Why so much hate? He doesn't have the stuff, plain and simple. I think he's got the stuff. His control's an issue. So, yeah. Or Drew Pomerantz to start. Wouldn't mind him going 1 through 4 if he can. He's another guy you'd have to stretch out at this point. Jess, Thomas Brown, Ben Brown. Brown isn't doing much for us right now in 2024-25. What's going on, Trey? Appreciate you. Lip, wish I could be there to chill with the Recap family. Lip, hop on board tonight at 6:30. You're always there in spirit. You're always here every single day. Love having you. Alan, welcome to the chat. Why not trade Kyle Tucker for controllable pitching? We aren't signing him anyway, and we clearly aren't an elite team. Alan, that's a frustrating. I get it. That's the voice of frustration right there. But you're not trading Kyle Tucker. You got Kyle Tucker, so you can be a team that plays in October. You're not going to flip him for pitching. No shot. Dansby Hayward batting 9th on my team. Funny, Godfather. That's not actually bad. What's up, Bubs? Do you think these Komet and DJ rumors are legit or horse shit? About being traded? There's no... On thin ice, I saw this stuff on thin ice, Yahoo Sports, Bears rumors. Being reprimanded is one thing. On thin ice and being traded is another. They need that talent. I don't see it. I see what you're doing there, Bubs. Don't hate you. Jess, don't trade Kyle Tucker. He's dependable, and he has leadership. Even on Suzuki's bad game a couple of days ago, he posted IG pictures of them both on the field to show he still has his back. Allen worked when we got Derek Lee, killed us in the playoffs, and then bam, we got him. And he had an MVP-type season, a 45-homer season, I want to say. Guff, can the bet of the day today be over under two-run homers allowed by Cubs pitching? Well, let's get to the bet of the day as we get here towards the end of the show. Don't have the Aviators on because the Diamondbacks, they scored 4. And the total last night was 4.5. And damn it, we go back to 1-1. Not picking the Chicago game today. I'm not picking the Chicago game. I'm going over the total in the Tigers and A's tonight. Jack Flaherty's pitching for the Tigers. He's actually been awful. His last 2 starts, he's given up 15 runs. He's only lasted like 7 innings. The Tigers have scored the 4th most runs in all of baseball. They're on a clip right now in June where they're just out there scoring in bunches. They're 5th highest scoring team in the month of June. The Athletics, they're lower, 21. Here's why I like it. Because the Tigers are averaging about 6 runs a clip the last 3+ weeks. And the A's have the worst bullpen in baseball. Their starter today has actually been pretty legit lately. But I think the A's, like off the top of my head, have an ERA in their bullpen around 6. 8.5, warm night, best team in baseball, all in, pushing the chips at over 8.5. And the Tigers, A's, for 2 teams that have been scoring. The Tigers have been scoring a bunch. The A's just need to chip away 2-3 runs, but they're going against Flaherty, like I said, who's just been absolutely awful. Pablo, not sure I can make it tonight. Have a great time. Better have those aviators with you to represent. I will definitely have them. Pablo, we always love when you show up. You've been, I think, to 2 or 3 of our events. I know you guys will be there, but we'll also be broadcasting live from Hooters tonight or just in attendance. No, we are doing a live stream. So at 6:30 tonight, I'll set up a link here in a little bit. At 6:30, we will be live here on YouTube. So if you can't join us in person, hop on at 6:30, make the chat a better place, ask some questions, etc. Becky, if the Tigers make it to the World Series, I would cheer for them, for Javi, who right now is in the All-Star game because of he's one of the leading vote getters. King, Guff, Edward Cabrera from the Marlins has been quietly putting up great stats, and he would be cheaper than other pitchers, only 27 in team control. The Cubs have been linked to Cabrera for a while. That would not surprise me. Godfather, last time Cubs traded for a killer was Jim Edmonds. He had a great year for the Cubs, so they didn't re-sign him per usual. That's a great point. I remember seeing Edmonds in a Cubs uniform felt dirty, but it worked out. And Swayze, as we wrap things up here, when I saw that I saw an Acme posted on retain Kobe White, I was basically done with any type of belief in his front office to make the right pick. 2 first rounds, and they passed. Yeah, it's been really, really, really frustrating. Hopefully the Bulls do something tonight, and we can all smile about it for once when we're talking about the Chicago Bulls. Thanks for staying with me. Thanks for keeping the chat going, guys, when I was racing to get here, because you're still here. We're still kicking it. We still hang together, and I love all of our conversations. Looking forward to meeting a lot of you tonight. I've met some of you. Make sure you come up, talk to me and Cap, introduce yourselves. Let us know that you're going to be there in person, because we're going to have a blast. And the last thing I need to say on this fine program is something that we're giving away tonight. We are giving away premium seats to the NASCAR Chicago Street Race, July 5th and 6th, the Xfinity Series on the 5th, the NASCAR Cup Series on the 6th, Zach Brown Band playing in Grant Park on Saturday. We have tickets for you for everything. They get you into the whole weekend. Tonight, we're giving away reserved seating tickets. Those are the big boys. So you got to be in person to win those tickets. We're going to have a couple of pair of tickets to give away tonight when we are at Hooters. Cap and I having a long-form interview, I think about 15 or 20 minutes, with Joey Logano later this afternoon. Joey Logano, 3-time NASCAR champ. He was the 2024 NASCAR Cup champ. Him and myself and Cap and Joey Logano. Look for that interview later today on the channel. Appreciate all of you guys, as always. We have a blast. Great talking to the fam today. Go Bulls. I guess, Swayze, you're right. And Trey and Becky both in Tulsa, which is unbelievable. I just think it's part of what makes this show so damn fun. For everybody here at the Recap, enjoy your day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Always here for you. Hump day, getting us over and into the back half of the week. I'm Ryan McGuffey. Remember, it's all brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com. We'll see you tonight. Hooters O'Hare, live at 6:30 here. Make your plans to be with us all night. Just set and forget. And if you're driving, make sure you're safe. I would prefer taking an Uber if you're going to have cocktails or something. Figure out how to get there. Be safe always. Always want to promote responsibility here on the Recap. We love it. Hooters are great partners. Order.hooters.com if you want to pick up something to go. The Blueberry Lemonade tonight. Let's have them together. See you there. Hooters O'Hare.